All right, welcome to the place where truth meets transformation and epiphanies cause an evolution. I am your host, Brianna, and I'm so excited today because we're just going to pick a random word and we're going to help you flip it on its head right away. So, I recently published a book and it is here, and I'm so freaking excited beyond words. Not because a paperback changes like society, but because the consciousness inside of the paper book can change society. But before we go there, let's start with you. So we're just going to open this up like, what do they like to say? Tarot deck and all of these different cards. I love that because guess what? Your girl's creating that for this book. Okay, so the word is sensitivity. So if you look at the word sensitivity, I know that as an empath, I would always identify with emotions of everyone else around me. In fact, I also have a gift where I just know things mentally. So whatever that means to you, you get to make up your own story. But the bottom line is I am very sensitive to things around me. So there's a lot of you, there's a lot of us, especially as the world changes and progresses, who are like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm more aware of things than I was before. Like, that's called waking up. So when you believe that you're sensitive, you can use that for you or against you. But when you believe that your sensitivity is a problem, then you start to identify with things like I am weak, or I am too emotional, or I am a crybaby. So for those that don't know me, I'm Brianna. I teach human design and gene keys. I translate what the soul needs to hear in order for the soul to move forward. Part of my natural gifts and my gene keys is to articulate what you are sensing but don't have words for. So my literal vocals are to translate the unseen, to translate what we might be feeling but no one is saying. Those natural abilities are all over the place. And so the way I share that is to introduce someone to human design and gene keys. So you will absolutely want to work with me. My link is below. And I constantly certify people through that process because I know that if one leader, even just one leader, changes their entire community and family, then we're going to have a ripple effect and it's going to continue to go outwards. So imagine a world where we all know who we are. We all know what the hell we bring to the table. We all know where our weaknesses really are, and it's not just in our mindset. And imagine that we stop playing the game of needing to be it all and just be in one path, in one lane. Because when you know the one lane, then life is really simple. So we're here to literally simplify life. Would you agree? If you don't agree, you're probably going to be repelled by me because I can't not translate the truth. I can't not translate the no bullshit approach. Like, you either want to stay in your complex drama or you want to get into simplicity. But if you are addicted to the complexity, then you're not really looking for the truth. You kind of like to spin out in circles. So my point is, back to the word. Back to the good word. Oh dear, I've got humor. So sensitivity is to either build you or to break you based on how you see it. So one of the reasons I chose this word was because when we're in sensitivity, it's actually a blessing. And so I flipped the word into sensitivity means activity sensing. So sensitivity is an activity, it's a verb. So sensitivity and activity are pretty damn close in verbiage. Would you agree? So if sensitivity is activating activity sensing, then what do we actively want to be sensing? And then it gives us power over what we're sensing. So rather than sensing, oh my gosh, I'm a failure. Oh, I'm sensing that I screwed up again. Oh my gosh, I'm sensing this person doesn't like me. I'm sensing my audience doesn't get me. Like, I'm speaking to the woman that I was like several months ago. I knew when I could just tell, like, we're not dumb. We're actually really, really smart. And our bodies, the more embodied we are, they pick up on things, right? And so we know when someone doesn't like us. We know when someone doesn't approve of us. We know when someone thinks we're too much. And that's all good. It's all good in the hood. But here's what's really cool is that your sensitivity can actively be sensing only that which you would like to pick up. But you have to put that boundary down. So to the person who believes your sensitivity is an issue, I have some good news for you. Your sensitivity is activity channeled through your senses. Think about it like this. If you could only feel one or two emotions, that would be a very shallow life. right? So if I gave you one crayon and it was yellow, and I maybe gave you a second crayon because you was a good girl, I would give you like a purple crayon, but you're only allowed to have two, right? If that was actually what you wanted, to be less sensitive, that's like saying I only want two crayons when I know the whole damn rainbow is available. Do you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, that would be a very shallow life. And for those that want to skim the surface, you do that, but that is not who I am. So because you yearn to experience the full spectrum of being human, you can tap into a wide spectrum of emotions and sensations that create real depth. So back to the word sensitivity is really activity sensing. We have that sensitivity in order to be able to go deep. So I want you to think about it like this. It's like, oh my gosh, so instead of having just a purple crayon, I can have all spectrums of purple. And I'm saying, yes, within purple, there can be 10 more colors within the color purple, right? And so when you look at your sensitivity, what it's really trying to tell you is like most people that are not sensitive or don't think that they are, what they're saying is, I really like purple. This one purple's good. Don't question my purple. I don't want to see another purple. I'm good with not knowing all the purples. Just keep me at simplicity, please. And that's awesome. But what if activity sensing was, oh my gosh, I know that practicality wise, purple's good. Purple's not wrong. But do you see all the layers of the purple? So you're not crazy. You're actually sensing what's there, even if it's not tangible. So it's actually the activity sensing of other realms. Let's just get right to the point. So when you believe it's a problem, you're going to limit what you are allowed to see and perceive. But when you're aware of your sensitivity, you go, awesome. I can be aware of all of the colors of the rainbow, and I still get to be selective. I really like purple. I really like green. I really like blue. I hate orange. I really don't hate orange. I'm giving you examples. But when you have that ability to understand that sensing is an activity, then you start to get really damn good at how you're going to use that activity so that it doesn't screw you in the ass later. And then you'd be like, oh my gosh, this isn't mine. Give it back. Return to sender, right? And here's the thing. The fact that you have that gift is badass. The fact that you're sensitive tells me how alive you really are. This book is your next step. It's called the Book of Epiphanies, Foreplay Through Wordplay, Orgasms for the Mind. So I hope that blows your mind that your sensitivity is actually quite literally what makes you the oracle. It's actually quite literally what makes you be able to see the unseen. It is quite literally your ability to pick up on everything around you. You just get to be selective on whether or not you want to draw with that crayon. You know what I mean? Like I can walk into a room, I can walk into corporate, I can go public speak, I can be in the public. And I can know that she's having a bad day, he's pissy, that guy needs to have a hamburger right away, that girl just broke up with her boyfriend. I can sense it and not need to continue to use my senses to stay in that activity. So it's almost like controlling your energy, but even more potent, because when you sense it, you then go, awesome, but I actually don't need to focus my activity on that sensation. So what else am I willing to pick up on? Oh my gosh, that girl, she is amazing. She's happy, blah, blah, blah. So there's a lot that's happening under the currents of everyday life. And if you'll see your sensitivity as a superpower, you won't label it. Like I really want us to know that breaking down words is to help us expand, but we don't want to go back into the trap of labeling it. For example, it doesn't take a genius to rewrite the word sensitivity, unless it does. Because sensitivity in a lot of books and other places tell you that it's clairvoyance. A lot of them will tell you it's psychic abilities. A lot of them. So again, we're not confused about the labels. What we are confused about is that we have a conscious ability to decide if we like the labels. And so when your identity is small and it thinks that being sensitive is what causes your fragmentation, that's not going to help you get to where you're going. So the reason I love teaching human design and gene keys is because number one, I know that my most badass gift is my gift of knowing and the ability to translate the unseen into epiphanies. Guys, my entire book right here, this one, it's gonna make me $1 million. That was translated off of one gene key in my evolution sphere. So don't you wanna know what yours is? And not only do you not want to just know what yours is, but do you want to just decide that effective today immediately that you are the best in the world at it? Because that's the potential that this information has when you know your soul, when you know why you're here, when you know what you came packaged with, And it's not that you can't learn new skills, you're just not interested in being anyone else but you. Like if I had to show up on every YouTube and not be allowed to swear or cuss or giggle at my own jokes or like entertain you and be professional, I would literally say no thanks. Why? Because I'm a soul that loves to be tickled by the belly. I love to tickle your belly. I love to tell stories. I love to make you laugh and I love to make you smile just because that's who I am. So whenever someone says, hey, we need you to do this and this and that, and then cut off your arm and leg while you do it, I'm like, ew, yuck, no thanks. You do it though. But when you have the awareness of who you are, you can say no to more things because you're not confused. And so I invite you to look at my link. I've got so many different offers that will blow your damn mind. If you are new here though, I would recommend get the book. Let's start breaking you into my world slowly. But with that also, there is a human design course that I give to all beginners so they can get familiar with the language, the verbiage, the why, the how, the what, the where, all that good stuff. Totally curated for you. Okay, so act on it. And that feels complete. So I love you. I really do. I don't even know who you are and I love you. And I don't need to know you in order to think it's okay to love you. Do you know what I'm saying? Because love is also a vibration. So I'm going to ask you to use your sensitivity to feel that. To feel it. Yeah. Okay. Until next episode. Mwah. I love you.